The advantages of the Peer Advisory Board are that you have your own mini executive board of directors. You have an expert facilitator who guides you through the process and the meetings, who is part facilitator and part coach. Everyone involved is dedicated to the success of everyone else's company, so you're getting input from each of the people and the individuals there. And it's a group that stimulates thinking, frames issues, guides discussions, and everything is to the betterment of your company.
I have an issue in collecting receivables from my client.
You work on websites. Can you somehow password protect your work and let them know the work is complete upon payment? I'll release the password and then you can get into the completed project.
One of the things that we do, we always get all of our money for our projects up front. So before we even go into the last month, we have our entire payment.
And they actually set up a person at a certain time of day or certain, every Friday from 2 to 4, this person called each shipment for the week, said, did you receive it? Did you receive the invoice? Is the invoice correct? And spent time with them on it immediately, and then reminded them of the 2% net 30, and then said, rather than waiting till the 30 days, they did it like the week or the day of delivery. And reminded them of it and made sure the invoice was correct too, because frequently when people then finally get around to paying, that's when they say that the invoice is incorrect.
When you're working alone, it's pretty lonely, so you wonder sometimes if you're doing things right, if there's another way to do it. What I found when I was with the Peer Advisory Board before is we could discuss things. People who had experienced that were able to share with me, so I was able to learn from their mistakes, and I was also able to learn from their successes. We wonder if we're doing it right. We don't have to wonder because we have peers who can help us understand that. And we don't have to be afraid of trying something new because we can bounce the ideas off of people. And so what that means to me is that my brain power is good, but utilizing the brain power of my peers and those around me is 10 times better. So I totally recommend that everybody should get involved in the Peer Advisory Board.
I need to replace an employee. How do you go about making sure that you find the right employee? How do you let them go? How do you get the new ones? And how do you find the right ones so you don't have this problem?
Make sure that they have a clear job description, and then do quarterly or semi-annually goals. Have them write their goals out. Make sure they're SMART goals, they're tangible, they're measurable, and then at the end of that term, actually have them write their report up and say, did they meet those goals?
How they do.
And how did they do? Were they able to meet the goals, the standards? Were they able to actually accomplish what they needed, and then rate them poor to excellent?
Well, I know as far as letting people go when they're not performing, I think meeting with them on a regular basis and giving an honest assessment. A lot of times we go easy on people because we don't want to hurt their feelings, or
Especially
they've got
women.
kids and that kind of thing. But you're really not doing anyone any justice by not being honest about their performance. You're not helping them to improve. So when I have new employees, I always meet with them very regularly and give honest assessments. I like to say, if it comes time to be fired, you already know it's coming. It's not a surprise. And and unfortunately, the thing about it is, I've had people come back to me and say, you know what, being fired was the best thing that ever happened to me, because people don't grow.
And if they're not a fit,
hold them accountable.
So find your Peer Advisory Board group now. Yay!